push. So I'm like, exactly that. My baby has made it easier for me. Hi guys, welcome back. So here is a part two of pregnancy in a pandemic. This is my bad story. Like, hey, my friend, bad story. Previously, I told you like I had my work until the last day, the second last day. We worked until late. Then I go back home on 16th on Saturday. I'm like, wait, I have this. I had planned like I want to go to Jacaranda Hospital. That's where I wanted to have to give birth, but a friend of mine called Lydia. Thank you so much, girl. She gave me a recommendation. She had given birth 2 months before me, so she gave me a recommendation to go check another hospital around my area. So I was like, I know I've planned for Jacaranda, but let me go to this hospital today just for me to check. So I told a friend of mine called Mama Abi, unaweza mpeleka, and we went. You said that my due date is on 18 and this is on 17. So I wanted I went to that hospital for my last scan because I wanted my last scan so that I can know whether the baby has dropped, the baby is okay, blah blah blah, blah, because I wasn't even feeling the heartbeat. I get there and they're like, we don't do scans on weekends. You can come on Monday. And I'm telling him, no, but I'm due tomorrow. I'm due tomorrow. And he's like, yeah, you can be due tomorrow. Are you feeling any pain or are you feeling tired or anything? And I'm like, no, I'm just okay. So you can do this, just go chill, and then you can come on Monday for a checkup. Pregnancy is not guaranteed that you'll have during your due date. You can have a week before, 2 weeks before. Is it 2 weeks or 1 week before, or 2 weeks after your due date? So I was like, the way I'm feeling energetic, the way I'm just cool, no rush, no nothing. Maybe I'll just extend. But I pray to God that don't let it go beyond week 41 or anything, So I chill. Usually they tell me they're not doing any scan. I'm like, okay, so thanks, I'll check in on Monday. I come back home, that's on a Saturday. But I asked about their hospital, whatever requirements. Like, has your girl packed? No, I haven't packed the bag. I'm like, So I come back, I ask about their payments and everything. They tell me CS was 70. I guess the normal was around 25 or 20. But we do take an HIF, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have an HIF card. Mind you, it's a private hospital. Now I'm like, I have an HIF card. Why not use an HIF card? Tomorrow is my due date. Let me go pack. I had bought everything, but I hadn't packed my bag. So I come back, I packed my bag that day, not even expecting that tomorrow, because tomorrow is my due date and I'll have the baby. No, now I'm ready because they have written tomorrow is my due date. I'm ready for anything. Then the following day, that's when I felt kind of, was it, no, it wasn't pain, it was kudungwa, Then my mind is like, oh, holy shit. You know the way you see people in the movies, labor coming and they're like, oh, sorry. But I guess movies exaggerate labor. Movies exaggerate giving birth. Movies exaggerate a lot. I don't know, or maybe people have different experiences. All this time, I'm not even having issues that it's my due date, oh, the baby is young. All I'm thinking is like, wait, am I going to push wearing a mask? Like, it's of course Corona. So I'm like, am I going to push wearing a mask? That was my greatest fear. My next fear was like, if I go there and the doctor has Corona and the first people to hold my baby, how am I going to handle this? How am I going to handle the baby during a pandemic? Like, how am I going to handle the baby when Corona is everywhere? Like, people are now breathing Corona. That was my worst fear. Following day, I come in the morning. I feel those kudungwa, like I'm feeling not even in my back. I didn't have back pains, but I could feel some like cramping. Kombali, the cramps, like the way you cramp. Kombali. Kabisa. That's what I felt. So I told my bro, and he was like, that's a funny thing. He doesn't know any shit, and I also don't know any shit because I'm a new mom. So I'm like, Can I go to the hospital? I'm scared. Can I go to the hospital? Hiyo inaweza kuwa ni nini? Mind you, I'm not feeling the baby's heartbeat. Hiyo inaweza kuwa ni nini? Can I go to the hospital? Should I? Now my brother is like, sisi ni mapema. It was around 11. We chill, utaenda kitu. Tutaenda huko matu, 3 uende ukachekiwe. So I chill. We just made fun, we cooked, we played Monopoly in the house, and chilled, waited for 3. Then 3, I'm like, by the way, twende your checkup, twende your checkup, tuache kupuuza. So I decided to take a shower. I go to the shower. When I'm in the shower, that's when I find something, like, I go check. You know, like the way you start cramping and you have that first clot. I find something like that. It's called mucus plug. According to the doctor, it's called mucus plug. Yeah, mucus plug. So for me, I'm like, hey bro, I'm not bleeding, but I have something, some clot. Then he's like, hey, where? Maliza. Now I got scared. So I was like, I take a shower, chuck to the hospital. And then when I got there, I got a nurse, and I can't remember her name. I told her, I just took a shower. I have small to pain from umbali, but I took a shower and I found a blood clot. And she was like, blood clot? Okay, maybe, are you wet? I'm like, no, not wet. And that's when she told me that's called a mucus plug. So let me check. Oh god, like I've heard stories of how doctors check how far you've dilated, but I wasn't ready, I wasn't prepared for that. So she was like, let me check how far you've dilated. And no, before that, she took my details. The same hospital that Lydia recommended is the same hospital I went to. In fact, it's a missionary hospital, it's a Catholic hospital, blah blah blah, sisters, whatever. So I went there and she was like, let me check. This girl wasn't oh holy Lord. This is the most uncomfortable thing. I've had stories, but I wasn't ready. You guys, there are no machines. Please, scientists, get a machine that can do this. I don't know what's happening, but I feel like, I don't know whether they're machines, but that's when they put sijui ni vidole ama ni mkono to check how far you've dilated. So I'm like, there, she checks and she's like, you're 3 centimeters dilated. Where do you live? I told her. So if you're giving birth, it's already 4. You seem to be like you're going to give birth in the middle of the night. What do you think? Do you have means to come back? And I was like, yeah, it's okay, I can come back. But she's like, according to me, I don't prefer you going home. I prefer you stay here. We monitor you, so I'm going to be admitted. Mind you, when I was leaving the house, my brother was like, beba tu hii bag. Hii baby bag, jota si mzito, beba. So we Ubered to that place. So I bebad. So kufika huko, I'm told I'm 3 centimeters dilated and she has to admit me. I get admitted. They give me those gowns. You see these gowns, the ones your butt is open, and so I was given the hospital gown. No, the hospital, what are they called? Those ones with your butt open. And then she gave me another gown, another blue gown, a very warm one. And she was like, as you wait. So that time curfew was at 7. So I'm here with my brother and a friend and Mama Abby. We are together. My brother is like, twende huko nyuma tukatake photos and videos. I'm like, yeah, that's a good one. I'm not in any pain. No pain. Apart from that mucus plug that I got, there's no other pain. And no water broken and nothing else. We played, we danced, I walked, I danced, Then the doctor was coming, the nurse was coming for night shift, was like, mbona umeadmit ule? She doesn't even look like she's in labor. And the other nurse is like, she's dilated and I feel like there's no need of her going home. So around 6:30 is when my brother was like, well, unakumbuka kuna curfew. Around 6:45, he was like, I'm leaving. So my brother and my friend, they left. All this time, I ain't prepared. All this time, I ain't prepared for what's coming. So I chill. It's already around 7 now is when I realize, holy shit, I'm all alone. Not all alone because my brother has left or anything. My partner was in Nakuru. Alikuwa lockdown in Nakuru. So this is all this time I'm alone. My brother is gone because no one was allowed into the wards, especially because of Corona. They had these strict missions, like people were not allowed. Funny thing, I was the only person in that maternity. The entire hospital, the entire maternity, I was the only person. So I was like, oh, thank God. I don't want to see people crying, like women screaming and giving me fear. Like, you might be there, no, you don't have pain, you don't have any shit, but someone screams from the other ward and you're like, Lord, you know. And I've taken people to maternity and I've seen people go crazy, people to canard. Like, then I was there praying and be like, okay God, huyu nas tu sanja na kwamba tu huyu nas akwe mzuri. Unajua nasikia kama nurses upiga wase, manasu kupiga wakikupiga kofi. Wanapiga kofi wakitukananga. I hear they have, I don't know whether they wanaendanga training or anything. So I was there praying and be like, Lord, if my labor gets weird, my labor gets crazy, Lord, usikubali nasa nitukane, usikubali nasa nipige because nitakasirika. So I'm left alone. It's already 7. They bring me supper and oh Lord, that hospital is classic. Like, their meals were awesome. I took my meal and I was like, I had my Wi-Fi with me. I had my earphones on, my phone, and YouTube. I'm there chilling, waiting for the next step. So the nurse was like, you can do this, you can walk around so that the baby continue dropping, and then I'll check you at 8 how far you've dilated. I went out. I had my socks on. I went out. I walked. That hospital has big fields and everything. So I walked. I forgot I had a checking at 8. So I chilled, checking my phone, it's 11. I go back to the ward. Then the nurse comes and calls and she's like, there's tea. Do you want tea? I go take tea and then I'm like, Lord, it's already 11. Can I get over this? And I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the baby to come. So I'm chilled there and I decide to go. I decide to go to the ward to at least to sleep. The nurse is like, you can lay down so that you have the energy to push when the baby comes. That's around, let me go sleep. That's around 11:30, 12 hour. I go, I sleep. At 1, I start feeling the pain. Then my mind, that moment, at 12, I'm there with my phone on. Now I'm watching other bad stories. I remember I watched Patricia Bright. I watched The Green Calabash. So I was like, let me see what I'm expecting, At around 1:30, I felt the first pain. Now this one was intense. I could feel like cha, and then it disappears. Kauchungu fulani, how weird. I'm there waiting for the next thing. I'm chilled and waiting. When it got around 2, I asked the doctor. The doctor was like, that doctor was like, bado mtoto hajakuja, bado sikii uchungu, maji imepasuka. I'm still expecting for maji to pasuka. So I'm like, basi niko mbali, kama maji bado hajapasuka niko mbali sana. But the doctor is like, kwa wengine haipasukangi, si lazima ipasuke, but si lazima ipasuke. Then he goes back. He's watching. He was a good guy, a very awesome guy. Guess what? He was watching a movie. Somewhere in the wards, somewhere in his office, he was watching a movie. And then I don't know what, I went to the washroom. On my way, I saw a door with a sticker theater, the label theater. And that's when I was like, it hit me like, wait, this can call for emergency. But all along I've been preparing myself. No, I want to push. Lord, I want to push. No theaters, please Lord, don't allow. So I see the theater door and I freaked out, like totally freaked out. But I was like, girl, you'll push. Around 3, that's when I started feeling, now this pain is getting intense, I remember. And I told the doctor, hey, now what I'm feeling is not what I was feeling before. Now it's getting intense. And he's like, oh, usijali, in case of anything, please don't go to the side za lu, usingie lu, usende uko kwa lu or anything. That's 3, my friend. At 3, around 3:25, I had now the active labor. Now I was in active labor. I felt some pain. I was trying to sleep. Anytime when I'm working, the baby is cool. I'm a chill, ana maneno. But let me tell you, when a sister lay down kwa kitanda, ati I'm like, wacha nijiekelee nijisikizie nilale kidogo, the pain hits. The baby wakes up. And I'm like, the pain. And then I remember the first pain, I pushed all the, you know, the way vitanda za medical, za horses na kunga zimepangwa. I pushed the one that was next to me. And then the doctor was like, he came very fast and was like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. But now I feel this pain. I feel like pooping. And he's like, no, don't poop. Don't even go to the toilet. Then he told me, but if the pain comes, breathe in and breathe out. Like, you know, so many times, quick, very fast. So when he told me that, I was like, I said breathing. When the pain comes, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And trust me, that worked magic. It worked magic. So that was around 3:30. So from 3:30 to 4, I had active labor for 30 minutes. I labored for 30 minutes. From 3:30 to 4, that's when I had intense. Like I could feel. But it wasn't that intense. Don't say, it wasn't the way the movies exaggerate. It wasn't the way the woman like, no, it wasn't like that. It was something, some pain. So I had intense labor for 30 minutes. And then around 3:50 up, I told the doctor, now, I had read about epidural and everything. So I was like, can I get an epidural? Because now I feel like the pain is too much. And maybe I'm almost giving birth. And the doctor was like, penye umefika, yuko lumetoka skudungi. I'm like, hey, I'm paying for this, like, I'm paying. I'm the one who is giving birth. I'm the one who's requesting. Then he's like, no, we'll try to cover me. But now, book up and you could check. Now, on a serious note, let me check you. That's what he told me. That's around at 3:50. So, Mimi Pale, you know the way they tell you dignity, you leave it at the door. During birth, you leave your dignity at the door. Mimi, panty zangu zilikuwa intact. I miss siwezi kabila panty. How? Wacha kuja kuje. So, Panda, he removed my panty to check me. Now, this is a male doctor. The first one was a female doctor. So, this is a male doctor. But I don't mind. I don't give a damn. I don't. Like, now I'm thinking, please, baby, just come. Like, hey, baby, just come. Let's get through with this. He checks me. He's like, Ebo, let me check you. He didn't even do any shit. You know what he tells me? Ata mtoto ndo huyu. He tells me, he's not joking. And he tells me, let me remove these socks, because I had my socks on. Let me remove these socks because it's going to be messy. Let me remove these socks of yours. He removes my socks and folds them together and places them kando. And I'm looking up at it. I'm like, the baby is here. He calls for another nurse. She comes. Then they tell me, push. Miss sijui kupush. Sinimana kwa movies. So I'm like, exactly that. My baby has made it easier for me. So then the doctor was like, no. The doctor was like, no, don't scream. I don't want to hear you screaming. Breathe and push. The other nurse came and now started pushing, helping me to push the baby from up here. Me, I'm pushing. My friend, Nilijum. Nilishika lip yangu ya juu. Now I'm pushing and like this. I had I bite my entire ya juu niliuma. So he doesn't want to hear screams. But funny thing, I pushed for only 4 minutes. Only 4 minutes. I had him say, give me the biceps. So he pulled forceps or something. So he pulled my baby. Then I'm 4 minutes. First push, second push. That push, the baby is out. I hear a cry. So I'm like, holy shit, my baby. Like the joy of seeing your baby. They pulled the baby like this, and then they dropped the baby on my chest. So I'm holding my baby like this. And now I'm feeling, I can't remember the pain. I'm feeling relieved. I can feel the pain. Super excited. Now I see a human who looks like exactly like me. Oh yeah, it's my baby. It's my baby. Now I'm excited. The pain is gone. Like I can't even remember I was feeling any pain. I'm relieved. The baby's here. I look at the baby and yo, who lied to you? They're born cute. No, they're not born cute. They're not born cute. But this one is kinda, I could tell he looks like me. First of all, you see this dick? I don't know whether they can zoom. You see this? I have a mark here that is grown, and people think that I pierced and it furrowed. No, it's not. It's a birthmark. Funny thing, my baby comes with it, and I'm like, that's the first thing I see, and I'm like, oh, wait, of all the things, that's the only thing you saw you'll take. So I'm like, but anyway, thank God. So I hold my baby there. We chill for a few minutes. The doctor is like cleaning, and after that I was told, now you can go to the shower. The baby, you'll get the baby here. So I took a very quick shower, and then I went to check my baby, because why pia mamangu alikuwa amenikala na ati nachunga mtoto na bibi yangu. So I wasn't even ready to imagine that. So I took a very quick shower, went to my bed, and I found my baby there, fully cleaned and dressed, and I was super excited, holding like a little angel. Like I couldn't imagine 9 months were over. Like I couldn't imagine 9 months were over. So I call my partner. I find missed calls. Like my partner, I told my partner when I was going to active labor, because he was on call every now and then. My mom didn't sleep. My mom was on call, was on phone. After every single minute she was calling. So I used to alternate my sisters, my brothers, my sister, my brother, my mom, my partner, my mom, my partner, my sister, my brother. At a scale of 1 to 10, my labor was a 6. The first breastfeeding was like, unapea mtoto nyonyo, yeye mwenyewe hajui kusakol. Na wewe pia, mimi nasikia vivi, because hey, a tiny human here. Nearly give birth 18:04 a.m. and I left the hospital on 18:04 p.m. Why? Because my bleeding was normal. The doctor, according to the doctors, and by that time my baby was breastfeeding. He was okay. Now he could, at least you could see him sucking, and I was like, "You're doing good." I tapped myself. You did the pushing. You went through the labor, and now your baby is breastfeeding. Your baby is now breastfeeding, and now you're leaving the hospital. So I checked the hospital at 4 p.m. and I left and came home, but they didn't have BCG, so they told me to come on 21st. So I'm going back on 21st, like, and everyone is like, you wait, you just gave birth the other day. But I'm like, no, I'm hacking this motherhood thing, but I'm trying to hack the motherhood thing. It's an amazing journey. It's amazing. It has its ups and downs. Bravo to every woman who brings a child into this world. Can you imagine a whole woman, you as a woman? Like, bravo to every woman. Like, hey woman, give yourself a tap on the shoulder, like tap yourself like that, and tap yourself and feel yourself, because can you imagine pushing a whole human through your tiny little ladyhood? Can you imagine? Just imagine. That's the most expensive thing. That's the precious thing. I know you are a creator. To every woman who is a creator, thing, this shit rips everything off. You're ripped, like, and you feel like your insides are coming out. Your insides are coming out. Everything. That's the first week you feel like your insides are just still coming out. Like, tap to every woman. So that's my experience. I have some takeouts, but they takeout number 1, pack your baby bag early. Takeout number 2, book your hospital early. Take number 3, make sure you have means of getting to that hospital mapema. Make your cards, your insurance cards, your NHIF, your other insurance cards are ready. Something else, always remember, everyone's pregnancy experience is different. Don't compare. Don't expect because someone had an awesome the Hebrew birth, you'll have the same, or because someone was screaming, you'll have the same, or because someone was mistreated, you'll go through the same. No, everyone's pregnancy and birth story is different. So Cheers to every mother out there. Oh, I forgot to mention, my baby was 3.6 kgs. It's a he. He's awesome. We are 8 months already into the motherhood. We are 8 months into the parenting, and you're hacking this so much. Thank you so much for everyone's support. I didn't have a baby shower. I didn't have a baby shower because of Corona. No baby shower because of Corona. No visitors because of Corona. Corona, Corona. Corona, why? Corona, why? But I'm so grateful. Thanks so much to everyone who supports me. Thanks so much to my parents. I'm super grateful for my brother who came over. But then he came 3 days to my due date, to my delivery date, and he left 3 months after. And he left 3 months after. So I'm super grateful and thankful to you. So thank you so much to my partner. Thank you so much to my sisters. Thank you so much to my mom. And everyone who is helping, my friends, Lydia, thanks. And to everyone who is helping me hack motherhood, I'm super grateful. Now he's singing for my attention. He wants attention. So till next time, bye bye. Thank you.